So these consoles only take me a quick second to change out. They use the same power cords, they use the same video cords. All I've got to do is just grab it and unplug one, plug in the other. Because Florida's all beaches, right? Why does every game always start with them watching TV? Okay. Alright, here we go. It's been a little while since I played this, so I don't know how good I'll be. The one on the Super Nintendo is actually based on the arcade sequel, which is sitting behind me. But I think the music on the Super NES version is better than in the actual arcade. I mean, what I mean though is the home port almost seemed to have better music. Hope there's health up ahead here soon. And that's not gonna matter. Got squished. Yeah, that was on the, I think the second one. Duh, who turned the lights out? Like that one? Are we having fun yet? Say goodnight. Ride the wave all the way to Manhattan. You're gonna surf from Florida to Manhattan. That's a long ride. Where are they coming from if they're jumping up from underwater? There's a boat. Is that a submarine? The one I'm playing as? Well, the Nintendo version was a little longer. It had 2 extra levels that weren't in the arcade version. I don't know, who is this guy? It's supposed to be Bebop? I didn't know you could fall off the side. Oh! And he rips off a piece of the pipe. That's different. He ain't no joke with that pipe. Oh, he still has it. Wow. You only get 3 continues? Hope it doesn't start you all the way at the beginning. Okay. I was gonna say, if it started me all the way at the beginning, I was gonna be a little upset. Cricket? You gotta understand what a crumpet is for you to understand cricket. Tell me, you didn't pay money for this. In the movie, Raphael was my favorite, no doubt. Jose Canseco Bat! Tell me, you didn't pay money for this. What the hell was that? I don't know, it looked kind of like a giant turtle in a trench coat. Nah. I was wondering if you guys had anything to eat, and well, I did have a pizza around here a minute ago. Huh? Question. Yeah? Do you like penicillin on your pizza? Oh! Dun, dun, dun. I like how in that scene when they're getting ready to go to April's place, and she's like, I was going to offer you guys something, but I don't have anything but frozen pizza. Michelangelo just goes, let's go for it! He just flies up out of that sewer pipe. I laugh my ass off every time I see that. And she's like, you guys like pizza? Doesn't everybody? But that first movie, nothing beats it. And then with the new movies, with the Michael Bay movies, they just tried so hard for it to be so outlandish. And I like that first movie because, I mean, yeah, it had them in it, but it was more realistic. If that makes any sense. Well, nobody's seen it yet. It's not out. The new Ghostbuster movie? It's not out yet. Nobody's seen it. But I would like to go see it. But the one with the, that last one they made with the all-female cast, I just flat refused to watch it. I heard it was garbage, and they did absolutely nothing to honor the name. They tried to make it like a reboot, and I heard nothing but bad things about it. Even the special effects I heard were like crap. Which I have nothing against the actresses, except for the one, I can't remember her name, but the bigger girl. She's annoying to me. I can't stand her. Every little thing she does she thinks is hilarious, and it's just not. It's like she'll say a joke and get crickets, because she's just not funny. It's like people are like, oh, you're just afraid to see a movie with a female lead. Aliens? I mean, there's tons of movies that have female leads. The new Star Wars movies, even though that was a Kathleen Kennedy thing. But there's nothing wrong with it. And that's what, anytime someone says they don't like those movies, that's what it's, oh, you're just sexist. No, I don't like it because the movie was garbage. Should be able to beat him this time. Okay, so I'm still having a hard time trying to identify who this guy is. I want to say he's like some sort of like a Bebop wannabe. Although I will say, speaking of Rocksteady and Bebop, I do like how they were portrayed in the new movies. Especially when you had Sheamus, who's one of my favorite wrestlers, played Bebop. I think that's who he played. He did a fantastic job playing that role. I mean, I have it, or I did have it, on my phone. I got it for free. They were giving it away for free, and I kind of started to watch a little bit of it, and it's like, nah. Nah. Because I like having movies on my phone, because like when I was at work, and it was like downpouring rain, and there was nothing going on, like I said yesterday, I don't drive in the rain. That's what I would do. And the nice thing about watching a movie in the car is it's almost like surround sound. My work car was that way, and my personal car is that way. See, I have it right here. Can watch it anytime I want to. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Yeah. I just have no desire to watch it. Now, the new movie actually looks interesting. I would like to see that. Damn. Yes, yeah, something like that. Not real sure who this guy is. Yeah, I've seen them all. The animated one that was computer animated wasn't bad. The best part of that whole movie, and it was just simply called TMNT, the best part of that whole movie was there's a fight scene between Leonardo and Raphael on the rooftop when it's raining. Best part of the movie by far. Absolutely amazing scene. I wish I could play it on here without getting sued. But if anything else, Patrick Stewart's in that movie. He plays the bad guy, and Patrick Stewart is like A-OK in my book for a number of reasons. But it's worth watching. It's a good movie. But that fight scene between Leonardo and Raph towards the middle of the movie was just, it gives you chills just watching it. Which, by the way, the voice of Leonardo in that movie was the same as in Ratchet. Just, throwing that out there. God, I can't get anywhere near this guy. I mean, I'm hitting him, but for every time I hit him, he hits me. It's not really that. I mean, the whole movie was good. It's just that particular scene in general was just amazingly done. I mean, there was another really good fight scene when they were basically storming the building. Even even Splinter was fighting. That was a good part. Just like the voice of Casey Jones was Chris Evans. I don't know if you knew that. Captain America. I think I almost got him. Gotcha. Yeah! I was gonna say, you're not gonna surf all the way from Florida to Manhattan. Come on. Well, I think he was the perfect part to play Captain America, but he did the voice for Casey Jones in that movie and killed it, frankly. He did a great job. It's like the part where like him and Raphael were doing the whole vigilante at night thing, because Raphael was trying to play like a vigilante superhero, but the only person who knew that was Casey Jones. So he's climbing up the window, and then Casey Jones and April O'Neil were living together, boyfriend-girlfriend kind of thing. And Raphael's climbing up the fire escape, and he sees Casey, and he goes, like, the roof. And then Casey's like, the roof? What's going on? And Raphael goes, the roof. You know where the roof is, don't you? Meet me up on the roof. It's just funny the way Raph says that. The roof. You know where the roof is, don't you? Oh, these guys. And I am having some massive heartburn right now. Ugh. That'd be something we could do one night, is to watch one of those movies, because I have them on disc. I could put on one of those and we can watch it on Discord one night. Because I've got all 3 of the original movies on disc. I actually have all the movies on disc. There's Bebop right there. Chucking grenades at me. So if you guys ever wanted to watch one of those movies, you could definitely put that up on Discord. Just, as like a private watch party, just the 3 of us. I still can't believe you guys haven't seen the Warcraft movie. That's actually not a bad movie. The Warcraft movie takes place from Thrall's dad's point of view, before he was born. And it basically talks about the journey they made to Kalimdor and what happened when they got there, kind of thing. So it's kind of like a prequel to the Warcraft story. It was good. It was pretty good. It was actually the very first 4K movie I ever bought. Shit. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr., it's almost like that role was made for him, because he just absolutely killed it. But did you guys know there was somebody else they had in mind for Tony Stark? Good God, guys. Jesus. There was another actor that they were going to pick to play Tony Stark before Robert Downey Jr. You guys know who that is? And don't Google it. Alright, because I'm sure you guys are Googling it. It was originally going to be Tom Cruise playing Tony Stark. And no. I could not imagine Tom Cruise playing Tony Stark. Because that was who they originally were going to go with, and I guess he did a screen test and he just completely bombed it. Then they called in Robert Downey Jr. and it was like, perfect. Oh my God, heartburn is killing me. I mean, Tom Cruise is a great actor, but he just sucks as a person. Because that was the other thing that good at Robert Downey Jr. He's good at ad-libbing. There's a lot of crap in those movies that ad-libbed, like that scene in the original Avengers movie where they were in that laboratory, and Tony was eating snacks. He wasn't supposed to be eating snacks. He had been walking around the set all day eating snacks. And then when they started doing it, he pulled the thing out of his pocket and he kept eating, and they were just like, well, go with it. So the blueberries. So when he went to Captain America, he went, blueberry? There was no line. That's why he said nothing, because there was no line. That wasn't supposed to happen. But because Robert Downey Jr. sold it so well, they're just like, keep it. If there was ever a poster child in this world for a person who came back from addiction, it's him. Robert Downey Jr. He was a horrible drug user, and he was really going down the toilet, getting arrested like every other day. And then he turned his life around. Now look at him. Everybody loves him, and rightfully so. He's one of the few actors, I think, that can get away with ad-libbing without the directors throwing a fit. Just like in wrestling, because you guys know I like to watch wrestling. Do you know what the term kayfabe means? Have you ever heard that term, kayfabe? Here, I'll type it out just to kind of... This is how it's spelled. Whoops, and I misspelled it. Kayfabe. You ever heard that word before? Kayfabe in the wrestling business? Kayfabe is what they call the in-character work that the wrestlers do. So when the Undertaker comes out as the Undertaker and maintains his character, they call it he's keeping kayfabe. And the reason they call it kayfabe is because the first ever writer for WWE or WWF at the time, her name was Kay Fabe. Kay, first name, last name, Fabe. So they named it after her. So whenever you hear somebody say, oh, they broke kayfabe, or they're just maintaining kayfabe, That means they're keeping they're staying in character is what that means. Well, oh, look who it is. God, what's his name? Mikey, help me out. What's his name? Crash, something like that? Slash. So anyway, the person who basically made sure that all promos that are done now are scripted. They have to stay within a script. When they get in front of the camera and they yell at the camera, "I'm gonna beat you up," and you're gonna blah 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 blah. They call those promos. Well, now they have a script they have to follow, and it's all because of one person, one Mr. Booker T. I think everybody knows who Booker T is. He's a Hall of Famer and everything. Good guy. Well, he screwed up royally on live TV during an unscripted promo when he dropped the N-bomb on live TV. And he knew he screwed up the second he said it, because as soon as he said it, he kind of went, oh, and then he just walked off camera, because he knew he screwed up. Yeah, he knew it. It's like one of those things. He was so fired up, cutting his promo. He was all fired up and yelling and really getting into it, and that came out, and you could see it on his face. Like, you just know he knew that's the moment he screwed up, and he did. He cringed like someone kicked him in the head, and then he just walked away. You could just tell. Thanks, Book. Kicking my ass now. Mikey, who is this? Help me out. I want to say Slash or Slash Crash, something like that. Gotcha. Came down to us. Exchange of blows. Oh, sure, now I get pizza. So how do you guys feel about doing a movie night one of these nights? No, that was not Toka. No. And as a matter of fact, I think Toka and Ray's are our bosses in this game at some point. Because they were in Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. I think they were in that. So do you guys each have a headset with a microphone? Because it would be more fun to watch a movie and we can talk during the movie. And it would be on Discord, so it'd just be the three of us anyway. On a private viewing. Come on, nobody can tell me who that was? Do I need to go and stop and Google it? Alright. TMNT Ville. Oops. Karai. They never actually had her. They had her on the animated movie. And she's cool. That's a cool character. As a matter of fact, whoever the woman was that played her in the animated one did awesome. Slash. I was right. Slash. Okay, so how many of you have seen the TMNT animated movie? The one that's got the one I was just talking about with the big fight scene between Raph and Leo and Chris Evans playing Casey Jones. He did a great job, by the way. It's a good movie. It really is. It's got Patrick Stewart in it. And that Patrick Stewart is like a legend in my eyes. Good old Jean-Luc Picard. You haven't seen it? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go see if I can dig it out because I'm almost positive, 99% sure I have the disc. Let me go see if I can find it. Chair porn. Be right back. And yes, he is. Sir Patrick Stewart. All right. So I do have it. Came in this really slick box set. It looks like it's supposed to look like a pizza box. And I've got the first 3 movies. And there's TMNT right there. So if you guys want to watch it sometime, we can have a movie night. It's right there. Pretty sure I had it. I'll have to do some experimentation about how to do that on Discord. And it is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it gets a little bit outlandish with things that happened in the past are now happening in the future, and Karaya's in that, and she is awesome. And in this movie, Shredder is dead, and the Foot Clan are kind of disorganized, and Karaya is trying to lead them. And the Turtles are kind of just living the life right now because Shredder's dead, and there's nothing else for them to really do other than to just screw around. And then this other threat happens. So it's good. There's a lot of powerful moments in that movie. Like with Raphael, he's having a hard time getting control of his anger, and he's taking it out on everybody. And he's got this really good scene with Splinter, where they talk. And it's really good. You know what? How much time have you guys got tonight? You want to watch it now? Because now that we're talking about it. Ugh, you and cooking. When is she gonna cook for you instead? Seriously. What is that on his head? You know what you ought to do, in my opinion? Is just not cook. If she's hungry enough, then maybe she'll get up off her ass and cook. I cannot stand laziness. I cannot stand it. Just like, do you know how much it's killing me right now that I can't go out and jog right now? I want so bad to be able to go out and jog, get some fresh air. I know it's hot, but that was something that I used to do a lot of, and I can't anymore. I can't stand laziness, and she's just pure and simple lazy. And it's taking its toll on you now, because now you feel like you have to take care of her. She's a grown adult. Let her take care of herself. But sometime over the next couple of days, we should watch that movie together. That Ninja Turtles movie. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but it's good. And the guy who does the voice for Raphael is Nolan North. Do you guys know who Nolan North is? You probably know of his work, but not by name. Because he's done a lot of stuff. Because Nolan North was the voice of Raphael in the movie. And he also did the voice of Raphael in, I want to say the newer Michael Bay ones. Nolan North did the voice of Dr. Richtofen in Call of Duty Zombies. You know, the crazy, the doctor. He did that. He was the main character in all the Uncharted games, which if you've never played them, shame on you. He's done a ton of stuff. The guy is an absolute legend. But he does the voice for Raphael in the animated one, and he just knocks it out of the park. Absolutely knocks it out of the park. And the guy who does Leonardo is the same guy who does Ratchet on Ratchet and Clank. And that little scene they have is just art. It's the only way I can put it. It's art. It's amazing. But people stick their nose up to it. That's one thing I've noticed, is that you can have a really good show, like the Star Wars Clone Wars, really good show, but because it's animated, people stick their nose up to it. Oh, that's a kid show. There's a lot of stuff that happens in there, like a guy getting shot in the back, executed, death, and all kinds of stuff that goes on in that show. Like Anakin straight up murdering some guy. To the point where Kenobi just goes, Anakin! He goes, what? He was gonna kill everybody anyway. Yeah, there's some powerful crap that goes on in anime too. I'm not real big on anime. And what did it for me that ruined it was that stupid ass Naruto run. That's just, that irritates the piss out of me. I can't stand it. Henty? What is that? But I'm not really too big on anime. The only real animes that I really got into was that new Voltron. That show was actually really good, and I would recommend if you have Netflix. I just checked it the other day after I had mentioned it the first time. If you have Netflix, it's still on there. The show is done now. It went like I think 5 seasons, and it had a definitive ending. The show's fantastic. It's hilarious. It's serious. It's a good show. I would definitely recommend watching that if you get the opportunity. But if you guys had time, I would put on TMNT right now. I can use my PlayStation 4 to do it. Since my PC doesn't have a disk drive, since I never really needed one. I download all my games anyway, so I never thought twice about it when I bought my PC. My laptop doesn't either. Never needed it. I download all my stuff. I would put on TMNT right now if you guys had the time. I wouldn't mind watching that again with you guys. But, Mikey, you gotta get you a microphone and a headset. So we can all talk during the movie. And really, they're not that expensive. Go to Best Buy, you can get a decent one for 20 bucks. Oh crap, I switched it on and I didn't mean to. So you want to try to plan it for tomorrow maybe? Do movie night tomorrow night? I would do it on Twitch, but they'd probably kick me off. I mean, seriously, if you went to Walmart and got like a $20 headset, it would be fine. So is this a consensus? Tomorrow night, movie night? Yes? No? But we'd have to do it on Discord. So that way it'd be private, so that way nobody can complain about it. I can create a private viewing room. Oh! I didn't know Donnie could pull that off. Look at that! Boom! Donnie's got a good little move there. What do you use to, Mike, what do you use to get on with? Do you use a laptop or a PC when you're on here with us? Because most laptops have a microphone built in. But a headset would be best. Okay, do you have, you have an iPhone? Do you happen to have these by chance? Earbuds? Because these will work too. Because I can mess around with Discord. We can use our own little private server and have a movie night. Yeah, that happens a lot with wireless, which is what I'm having issues with too. Yeah, so considering what time it is, I'm going to have to call it an early night because I've got to get on a day shift routine. I got to take my mom to the grocery store tomorrow. She needs a few things, and I don't want her going by herself. Because if she falls down in the store, they're going to send her to the hospital, and oh my god. So I have to take her to the store, and I need to get on a different schedule. But please, seriously, if you have any headset whatsoever, I'm only using this one. This is my PS4 headset. It's old. It's been dropped. It's fallen. The little paint is coming off, but it still works. It still works great. This is what I use. I use a different headset for when I'm using my PS5. I use this. It's a 7.1 surround, whatever. It costs a little more, but I wanted to have something good. But get something like this. If you go to Walmart, wherever, they're not that expensive. And then we can have a movie night. I can put in TMNT on my PlayStation and use that. And then we can have a movie night. I really think that'd be nice. That way the three of us can talk when we're watching the movie. I won't spoil any of it if you guys haven't seen it, but it is a good movie. Yes, it's animated. People stick their nose up to animated movies. But it's good. It really is. And the guy they got to play Splinter just destroys the role. Just destroy. Best Splinter I've ever seen. All right, so tomorrow night, what do you say about 7:30ish? 7:30, 8 o'clock ish EST. Does that sound good? Because after I get off of here, I'm going to do some experimentation on Discord to see if I can get the thing running right. That sound good? 7:30, 8 o'clock? And okay. And then we can do it on Discord. So I'm going to go on Discord and I'm going to screw around with it a little bit just to make sure that it works correctly like I think it should. And Mikey, please get you a headset with a mic. Headsets like this are better because it kind of gives you better sound. They're not expensive. If you run into Walmart, Target, whatever, you can go back there and you can get a decent headset for $20. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up this stream. I'll stay on Discord to talk there. And then I'll see about making sure this movie works. So I'm going to end this stream. So look for me on Discord when this is over. I'll talk to you guys on Discord.